Hello and welcome again to another deck profile. This time we're doing Moonlight. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the back of the deck. We're doing Lunalight, aka Moonlight, aka my deck name Moonlit Fusion for the Chaos Origins format over here. Okay, so the deck hasn't really changed, kinda a little bit. You'll see the updates. You'll understand. I'm expecting you guys to know what the deck does at least. So it was a wild time getting into the deck with the new support, really playing it out. I did play the sneak peek with the deck, very interesting. I did lose because of some choices, and I rolled back some of those choices, so the extra deck kind of looks not the same mode, but just familiar. That is why. A new change is I took out Fractal and I put in 3 heavy polys. This heavy poly is going to feed into how the deck. If you've seen any Master Duel videos that I've been doing recently, whatever, the heavy polys and that reason, if you see how I play the deck, kind of go hand in hand. Fractal does not. Fractal is not a brick, but Fractal is a useless card that I do not like. One, it is not a Lunalight card. It is a Tri-Brigade card. So already, I like to keep my decks pure using an archetype, but of course, if it gives synergy, I use it like the Tenki to search out the Gold Leo. But Fractal conflicts because of a certain card called Silver Hound. And the reason why it conflicts is because Silver Hound has to be at a 2 of if I use Fractal, because if not, worst case scenario is I open up 2 hounds. Yeah, I open up the 1 of Hound and the 1 of the 3 Fractal I play. Not good ratios. To lessen that blow, you play 2 Hound and then 3 Fractals if you want to play Fractal. However, since I'm going second always with this deck to OTK Fusion, I rather pay some life points or lose life points with Heavy Poly, bring out Liger, they scoop, and we go to either game 2 or just if it's Master Duel, I win and I get my gems or whatever. Um, when this resolves and I get out Liger, a person playing branded, if you see the Lunalight videos, you know what I'm talking about. They had full board branded. I played through all the negation. I played through all the disruptions, and then activated this. Got a Liger. Oh wait, it wasn't this. It was something else. But point is, I got a Liger. They instantly scooped. So it was really funny. But here is the main reason why I'm playing 3 of this. Because when you open your hand, you may be able to see the other 2 of Lunalights that I am playing. And of course, the 2 check. And I did change something out, and I'll cover that in a second, but just for now, 2 Black Sheep. During the sneak peek, it was kind of funny. I did a bunch of moves to actually add another Black Sheep, and my opponent said, "Oh, you play 2 Black Sheep." He was not expecting the second Black Sheep, and I was able to attempt, because it was cool tunes I was playing against, or killer tunes. He didn't expect the second Black Sheep, so that was great. Martin, banish herself when she loses a field. She's not a recurring card, and usually I like to keep this at a 1 of if we're technically speaking about recurring cards, and she's only recurring if you use her for the XC summon. But, and it's a but, maybe the game goes a little longer, maybe you went first, and now you're going to go second, and you use the first copy of Martin, well, you could go ahead and activate another Masquerade and then send her all over again to get out maybe a Moonlight Fusion or the trap added to your hand, or do something, right? Maybe I'll put Martin back to 1 because I originally had Martin in 1. But the thing is, they may also just snipe her from the graveyard. Honestly, if I'm being really real, they may snipe her, and her out, and you don't want any of them sniped out of the graveyard except for maybe her. But the reason why I didn't want, I don't want to play anything other than 1 Black Sheep is because of the whole fusion, actually. So effect add polymerization, activate polymerization. You have another Black Sheep. You're getting back a material to help you fusion summon even more. I've changed the way how I've played Lunalight, or how I play Lunalight. It's no longer let me use all my cards to get out the subpar other summon monsters. We're going straight for Liger, and I'm going to bring out 2 Liger the most efficiently possible. So I fill up the board full of monsters, bring out the first Liger with as little materials used as possible. We bring out the second Liger. So bouncing this and bouncing the poly back to my hand so I can activate it again really helps, especially if her name is treated as Leo. And then possibly, if things are set up right, and I have Wolf on the scale, I have a lot of cards in the graveyard, we could go for a third Liger. Crazy, I know, but when I say I'm ending the game this turn, I mean I'm ending this game this turn. So for the one ofs, I'm sorry. There's one last two of I gotta cover, and that is double perfume. I went from double perfume to one perfume. One perfume did not feel as right as two perfume, and the only reason why I'm doing two perfume is because if I have perfume in my hand, I bring out perfume dancer. Perfume still perfume. It's still a not once hard once per turn. It's not even a once per turn card actually. Monster Reborn, and then I could discard to get a search. That's 10 out of 10. This card's broken. I don't want to not play with a non-broken card. And even if I have one in hand, I can still search and get the other one. Maybe they'll stop the Perfume Dancer, and guess what? I still have a Perfume in hand. That's why, I mean, in the past I did play with 3 Perfume, but this card's not a starter. This card is definitely an extender / a card you definitely want to just search for. That's about it, though, honestly. And I'm talking about perfume on the subject of perfume. That's about it. Um. Oh, what? Oh, we have a special guest. I accidentally forgot the 3 Leos, but the secret one of's in there. We'll get to that later, and it's probably best it happened that way. So we're going to talk about the one ofs we all know: Wolf, Tiger, Polymerization. That's it. Honestly, depending how you do the deck, it's kind of all the one ofs you need. Honestly. As I said before, it was 2 Hound, and of course I moved Hound to a 1 of status. The reason being is that out of all the cards they snipe from the graveyard, they never really snipe Hound, and the negation, you're only ever probably going to use the negation once. At least the entire time I've played, I either forgot about the negation or I did the negation once and that was it. Never have I needed double negation, or double negation never came up. It was like, okay, I negated your spell card, that's about it. And then I also have another copy of Hound in the graveyard. Well, you know what? Let me just get another copy of Lunalight Perfume. Also, I should probably mention right now, right here, that yes, I going to obviously change the deck for when the new Lunalight support does come out. Maybe I'll be getting rid of Foolish Burial Goods. Maybe not. I don't know. This card's really good, and also adding more copies of Perfume makes this more better because obviously you could send it to the graveyard and then later turn you could send it again. So it makes it less dead. Because if I already use Perfume and then I draw this later, it's like, okay, this card's dead. But that's kind of why I'm like, well, imagine this was the new Lunalight monster, and then I had 1 Perfume and then 2. It's a whole turning mixed bag, but so far I like it this way. So far I'm actually going to start using it this way. Um, I haven't actually play tested in this state yet. Maybe doing this is horrible, but from everything I've tried and played, it's pretty good this way. Playing the new event in Master Duel really opened my eyes to a certain type of pathway, and this card helps to get to the pathway. Serenade Dance, I love this card a lot. It's a trap card. It just helps you discard a card via an effect. Technically, I don't have to play it, but I like using this to send this to banish it and then bring out Gold Leo and then go 1 card combo. And that's literally how I like to use this card. But there's another application to use this card during your opponent's turn before they enter battle phase, and that is to bring out Blue Cat. Yes, I am playing 1 Blue Cat, and it is to double Liger's attack, so they cannot attack over Liger. And if it is my turn and I do Serenade Dance to bring out the Blue Cat, I'm going to kill you. I am 7,800 and I can attack twice. Oh my god, it feels so good with this added power boost. It is crazy. In the Fusion XC Festival, especially the videos I made, I got Leo Dancer to 10,000 attack and I ended games. Blue Cat not is only just made for this deck. It's like the star of the deck. And it only becomes the star of the deck when you have that whole setup going with Banishing Serenade Dance. And I do love how she's on the picture. It's very thematic that with Serenade Dance, you whip out a blue cat. Sadly, you cannot do Serenade Dance in the battle phase. It specifically says during the main phase. But if you're going to bring out a 10,000 attack. Oh, by the way, the only reason why Leo was 10,000 was because I had sent Saber Dancer. So it's 7,000, I think 7,000 what? 7,200 or 300 for Leo. And then Saber banishes and pumps it up 3k. So it's like 10,000. I know Saber is supposed to be the modern day version of doing it, but you're OTKing on your turn, and sometimes your opponent can bring out a monster with more attack than Liger in very obscure duels. And when that happens, you are going to lose. You're going to lose Liger, and you already exhausted a lot of your resources. So there goes the turn, whatever. So just doing this and making your wall even higher is like so good. But also, I was fighting a lot of train decks in that event, and this is before I even knew trains were like a thing in the event. It's like a tri deck, whatever. So it makes sense. But trains are like 4K. So 4K, they're gonna beat over Liger. So if they go first, they have a field full of 4K monsters. Blue Cat makes it so that you just push through all of that, and you're winning the game. That's how great Blue Cat is. I know it's a very specific and niche use case, but if you look at my profile, my YouTube channel, in the past when the new support came out, I had a one card combo with Blue Cat, and it was using Perfume to bounce a card to summon Blue Cat in order for me to gain double the attack and all that. You could go a step further and modify the extra deck to put the Timeless, I forgot his name, Draguris, the Timeless in it to pump up the original. Was I think this does original attack. One of them does original attack, and then I think Blue Cat just doubles the attack. I could be wrong. Maybe this is original attack. They would conflict though. I think. Yeah, it's original attack. Okay, so maybe Blue Cat does conflict with Draguris, but my point is, do this for Liger, do Draguris for Leo, and then there you go. I really love OT Kane. I really love playing this deck. It's really great. I can't wait to actually try. What was it last week at locals? It wasn't a tournament or anything. We're just chilling around playing. 'Cause there's not that many people to do a tournament that day. So we were just friends playing with each other and all that, playing against each other. And I should have used this deck at least once. I didn't. I was doing my synchro stuff. I was just really wanting to play synchros. And honestly, this is the deck. It's 10 out of 10. The rest, in case you're curious, is just the tech cards, and there's at least 11 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did modify it from what I used to have, but now it is currently Called by the Grave, Lightning Storm, Forbidden Droplet, a Kaiju, and then a Evenly Match, and then it repeats Forbidden Droplet, a Kaiju. I forgot Salesman still in here, Lightning Storm, Salesman, and then Evenly Match. Apparently, this is supposed to be the top breakers of the format. The list did say Pot of Sloth was a top breaker or a top staple or whatever. I don't know about Sloth because I mean you could rig your hand with Sloth because of this and then all the materials you got. Oh, that's another thing. Speaking of materials and one ofs, if this is at 2 and this is at 1, it's still two materials. Never mind. I thought you were gonna get another one, but she's just another name in case you gotta like use her as material or whatever. She's still Lunalight. It's not like you open up Fractal and you open up this. Like, why now you can't even use the Fractal? You know what I mean? The extra deck I did change. People are gonna get mad at my extra deck because a lot of people were trying to like optimize the extra deck, whatever. In here, in my heart, can you feel my heart? I really wanted to play 3 Liger. So we have 3 Perfume Dancer, 2 Saber, because either I'm summoning 1 Saber and she's like 5,000, and then the other one's 2, so I can blow up the field. So that's kind of why she's at 2. I would not mind her at 3, but 2's like more than enough, honestly. I know people play 2 of her, but the reason why she's at 3 is because of heavy poly. If I'm in a really bad situation, or if I just don't want to use that many materials, we're banishing 2 of her, and I at least want to be able to go into 1 of her for the turn, because the game's going to be over anyway. 3 Leo. I don't know if you can see that. Leo. And then, of course, 3 Liger. So a lot of people like to play 2 Liger. I like to play 3 Liger. Kaijus are becoming more of a thing, or kaiju like monsters. So like, what do they get rid of Liger? Like, you know what I mean? I know last format I was still playing 3 Liger, or I wanted to play 3 Liger, and they weren't playing the kaijus. But I said, you know what? If somehow they out the 2 Ligers, or they out the 1 Liger, I still want to be able to go into another Liger. That's also kind of what helps having all these extra materials right here. It's because with her, I can still send the second copy of Saber. I can still send a Perfume, and I can still send a Leo, even if I have 2 Ligers out. So I'm not really getting rid of too much of my extra deck. The last couple of cards, actually, I'll tell you what. It was, I think, 2 Panther and 1 other card. I think it may have been another Saber or something. And I literally only had all the Lunalight fusions. I did not play Cat though, so that's why I think. Oh, I think it was 3 Panther or something like that. And I did have the 1 Tiger King, but that's what made me lose the duel. Is that I could not do anything else. So had I played the other cards, it would have helped me win. Funniest thing happened is that we did go into Bagushka Pass, and I ended up winning because the Bagushka just locked it down. That was funny. Kind of sad, but because I won with Bagushka. But also terrifying because he stopped everything, and I had no choice but to go into Bagushka. As I keep saying, if they ban him, I don't mind. Like, I don't mind if they ban Bagushka because I can understand why he's a problem. But there's too many cards that just overpower him. It's like, okay, he's actually like a really weak floodgate. It's crazy. And then, of course, I was like, well, you know what? If we're going to stick in Bagushka because of what happened during the sneak peek, we're going to sneak in Cross Sheep, or not sneak in, we're going to put in Cross Sheep and SP Little Knight, just so I could get materials going, materials flowing, and it's actually just like another card to just help get rid of my opponent. Or, stop my opponent. I don't know. I'm getting really sleepy. But, so SP Little Knight, Cross Sheep, Bagushka, and then him. And then that's it. The rest is literally 3 Liger. It's like the maximum Lunalights you can play. 3 Leo, 2 Saber, and then 3 of this. So it's very pure, very OTK oriented, focused. You can still make that end board where it's SP Little Knight and Bagushka if you're going first, I guess. But that's not the point of the deck. The point is to get out the 2 towers. The point is, I'll tell you the point of the mask is. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it with the deck. Like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're a fan of Hokage.